off of YouTube and having this typing argument with some libertarians out there, which is probably a waste of my time, because if you know anything about libertarians, they're kind of set in their beliefs and seem to assume an awful lot that is incorrect. They can't see the inherent flaws in the argument for libertarianism. It's this cult that's basically telling people we don't need government. Listen, I've lived under good government and I've lived under bad government. Government is nonetheless necessary. And this whole idea that somehow we can do away with social programs, with taxes. Oh no, at the point of a gun they're taking taxes. It's been like that from time immemorial. You need taxes to run a country. It is impossible to run a country that doesn't collect taxes. Nobody likes paying taxes, for God's sakes. And I get really resentful when these damn libertarians are telling me that I'm sheep ready to be slaughtered and that I'm bowing down to authority. Look at me. Do I look like somebody who bows down to authority, you assholes? And sure, there are all kinds of things I disagree with them spending people's taxes on. I don't agree with war. I don't agree with giving tax breaks to multinationals who make all the money anyway. And libertarianism, man, it just puts that shit on steroids. These free market ideologues need some education. You notice most of them can't spell. They can't speak English, but they're willing to put all their faith in Ron Paul, that stupid, cranky old rich Texan that they seem to think is God incarnate. And it's not taxes that are the cause of our economic turmoil in North America and around the world these days. It's not taxes that cause that. It's globalization. It's escaping taxes. Libertarians are idiots. They believe in the law of the jungle when it comes right down to it. Because if you have no laws, if you have no taxes, you have nothing but barbarism. Grow up, people. Watching a pretty interesting video on Ayn Rand the other day. And actually it wasn't about Ayn Rand. It was about Satanism and how Satanists really love Ayn Rand. So don't give me this shit about her moral superiority. She was a hypocrite anyway who took Social Security. So don't give me this Ayn Rand bitch kind of... man, you people are so stupid. You make me sick. Okay, so here's a little flaw in libertarian thinking. Let's say I'm in the libertarian paradise and I can do anything I want, and, you know... So I decide to start a business. Now I like to cook a little bit, so I decide to make burritos, say, and sell them on the street corner. Well, that's my right because it's a libertarian paradise. Now the fact is, I don't really have any money in my bank account. I've got like, you know, $10 probably. I mean, this is all hypothetically. You know, I probably have less than that, but that's another story. Seriously. If I start a business selling my burritos on the street corner, and everybody gets sick from them because they were contaminated, and I didn't know that, well, I got to take responsibility for it, but I got no money. And I got no money because I didn't have to get insurance, because in a libertarian paradise you wouldn't have to get insurance or anything. So I got $2 in my bank account. So what is it, off to debtor's prison I go? I don't get this, you know? And if you're a libertarian and your house burns down, please don't call the fire department, because taxes paid for that, and you don't want to be hypocritical, so I think you should depend on charity to put the fire out. Human charity, which will take care of everything, because it's a libertarian paradise. Don't call the police. No, can't do that. Not if you get hit over the head, right? And somebody runs away. Well, you know, you didn't pay your private police force. Your bill was late and they decided no. Listen, man, if cable companies will cut you off like that, what's going to happen in a libertarian place where you got to pay for your fire department, pay for your police department, pay for education? So if you can't afford education, no problem. Join the unwashed masses. We don't have to even pay welfare to somebody that stupid. We just love it. Isn't libertarianism fun? Now, there's a fundamental principle in human nature, and not in everyone. In some people, selfishness is more developed. We see this in Ayn Rand's work, where she had raised psychopathy to a virtue. And so, you know, it's interesting when you don't care about others, when you have no feelings for others, when you have no moral compass. I mean, the woman read about her life. She had no moral compass. She even accepted Social Security in her old age, so she was a hypocrite. Like most libertarians or right-wingers, they are hypocrites. They only remind me of nothing more than children who refuse to share their toys when they're children. You know, never learn to think compassionately, because that doesn't make any sense. It's not rational to think of others. Never mind that all the great religions of the world preach tolerance and love for one another. Not that we ever follow any of the teachings on that stuff. No, we just use religion as a sense of power and control over people because we can. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of arguing with these Ron Paulite idiots. And so much of it is such utter nonsense that you find it hard to believe that anybody rational could think about things in that way. It's very sad. It's very sad. These people really should be seeking psychiatric help as soon as possible. There are some very good therapists. Oh no, there aren't, because they cut back on that. Libertarians. What are you going to do? The people are insane and they're entitled to their beliefs, just like, you know, the People's Temple, people that follow Jim Jones. So they remind me of no rationality behind their arguments, just sheer, pure, unmitigated faith that it will work. I'm sure all those people in Jonestown felt the same way. Well, I even heard that the people that run Google are libertarians. Doesn't surprise me somehow. Yeah, I know Gandhi. That's Gandhi, my cat. He's wanting his food, so I'm going to close for now. And peace, everybody. Even you libertarians. I mean, I don't really personally have anything against you. It's just that you really should engage your brain a little bit more and think about the consequences of what you're advocating, because it really is quite a nonsensical theory and utopian. And like all utopian movements, they usually end up in flames. So good luck with your libertarianism, guys. Good luck down there in the States with Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan and his Ayn Rand people there. Yeah, the economy's going to get much, much better. Just wait. Free market theory will take care of everything. You think things are bad now? Wait till next year. I know, we got right-wingers here in Canada running the country too, so running it into the ground is more to the point. Privatization, isn't it wonderful? Government can't do anything, right? Yeah. It's funny how well it works keeping water clean, and the results don't save money either. When they privatize government services, it never saves money because you're introducing the profit motive into it. And of course it's good to bash civil servants, those people who are just making a living like everybody else. And some of them are fortunate enough to be unionized, so we hate that. They're making more money than we are if they're unionized. So, you know, I think it's time that unions came back. I think it's past time that unions began to address some of the horrendous social inequities that have happened over the last 30 years. Listen, I'm not a young man. We were so prosperous in the 60s. My father raised 6 kids on a working man's salary. We never went hungry, and we had a nice house, took vacations every year. Try that today. 30 years of Reaganomics and trickle down. Yeah, they've trickled down on you, all right. They've pissed over every one of you, and you're too stupid to realize it, and you want more of the same. Well, you're gonna get it this fall with Romney and Ryan, because by the time they finished with the deballed voting machines, by the time they finished knocking legitimate voters off the voter list, you're gonna have it, and you're gonna not like what's gonna happen. Anyway, enough ranting. Time for lunch. I think I'll go have a burrito. Peace, everyone.